Assalamu alaikum and a very good day to you all. In this video tutorial, I will be demonstrating you all on how to create an animated video lecture with narrations using Microsoft PowerPoint. So for this tutorial, you will require to download adjectives2.pptx and a sound file called slide.3 from Google Classroom. The files can be found on the Google Classroom from the Classroom Work tab when you scroll down to Session 2, and you can find in-class activity resources, and from here you need to download the adjectives2.pptx and slide3.mp3 for this tutorial. We will be using these two files to complete the tutorials. So once downloaded, open adjectives2.pptx file from Microsoft PowerPoint. So when you open adjectives2.pptx file, this is the first slide that you can see. You can observe an audio icon here indicating us that there are already voiceover on this slide 1. And when you put it on slideshow, you can see some of the narrations and some of the animation and some of the sound which already has been incorporated to this slide. And when you move to slide 2, also you will notice that already voiceover is done and animations are already completed. And when you move to slide 3, there will be no effect, no animations and no voiceover. So in this tutorial, I will be using and working on this slide to complete the narration and to include the animations to this slide. So in under slide 3 notes, you can find the script of this slide, how the animations should appear, and how to read this script is that you can see, for example, this text, for example, and all the actions that needs to be completed are written in italics within these square brackets. So first sentence, for example, it says text wipes from left with the narration, which means with the narration audio, this text which is on slide called for example should be wiping from left. And as it goes, Ayush is wearing a red shirt. It says text wipes from left plus boy clip art fly in from bottom within the beginning of the narration. So with the narration, this text should be coming from left and this boy should be flying from bottom to up after this text. So as it goes, all the details are here. So this is how we are going to arrange the animation and sync with the audio for this slide. So first thing you need to do is go to slide 3 and we need to import the downloaded audio file or the voiceover for this slide. To do that, we need to go to Insert and Audio from File. Depending on your version of the PowerPoint, this might be, the appearance of this might be different, but basically we will do the same functions, will be done using the same icons or same buttons. So locate to your downloaded file called slide 3 and insert. And once it is inserted, you can see the audio icon here indicating that already audio has been incorporated here. And now when you go to slideshow and click on here, the sound will play. Ayush is wearing a red shirt. In this sentence, red. So now what we need to do is we need to adjust the animation and sync with the audio narration according to the script that has been written here. So it depends on the type of animations that are available on Microsoft PowerPoint. Basically, there are 3 different types of animations that we can use to include on slides using Microsoft PowerPoint. When you go and click on animations, you can find the 3 different colored stars here. So the green color represents the effects or the animations called as entrance effects. When we apply these effects, whether it is a text or an object, for whatever thing that we apply these effects, it will come to the screen or it will appear on the screen. Okay? Then we have these emphasis effects with yellow stars, which represents some of the emphasis effects where we can apply to the text, to the images or whatever objects on the screen which are already on the screen, which to enhance or to grab the attention of the learners, we use these emphasis effects. So it will not bring something to the screen or it will not take something out from the screen, but it will add an emphasizing effects to whatever already present on the screen. Then we have these exit effects with red color stars, which actually takes out the content from the screen, or it allows things to disappear from the screen. So we will be using these 3 different types of animations to sync the animation with the script. First, let us start with for example text. It says, for example, text should wipe from left with the narration. So we first add this for example text animation. It should be an entrance effect because we are bringing this text to the screen. So highlight the text and we go to the animations, and from the green stars we select wipe. Okay. Select wipe, and you can see when you select wipe there is number 1 appearing near for example text, which tells us that this will be the first animation on the screen. And you will notice that the wiping effect is not exactly what it has written, which says text wipes from left. But when you currently check your animation, it says it is coming from bottom to top. Okay. So to change that, select the effect here, and you can find an effect options here. Then you select from left, and if you select from right, it will be coming from right. So from left. So now when you check, you can see that it is coming from left hand side. It is wiping from left hand side. All right. So second, it says Ayush is wearing a red shirt. So text wipes from left plus boy clip art fly in from bottom with the beginning of narration. So we select the whole text, and in similar way we did for the first one, we go to animations and select wipe and change the effect options from left so that it wipes from left, right? Then it says the narration continues in this sentence, red, and then underline to wipe from left is an adjective as it describes, and it goes on. So first let us view this, and you can notice that at the moment the text is coming when you give a click, and we are not hearing the audio unless we click on this play. For example, Ayush is... So to automatically start the animation and to automatically start the narration, we need to set the effect options to happen like that. To do that, it will be easier if we enable the animation pane. The animation pane can be visible, can be allowed to be visible from the animations tab. Under advanced animation group, you can find animation pane. Click on that and the animation pane will appear on the right hand side of the screen. This pane actually displays the arrangement of the animation within the PowerPoint slides. You can see the first one is the animation that we have put for this first text, and the second is for this, and you can find the audio below with the trigger heading. So to do that, so that audio is playing at the beginning of the screen and the text are appearing without giving a click, we need to adjust the triggering option of all these. Okay, first let us work on the audio. So select the audio clip on the animation pane, and when you go here on click on this arrow, you can see it is already on start on click. Because of this, it is playing only once when we give a click. Okay. So change this to start with previous and move this by clicking and dragging it to the top. And now you can notice that the previously one, the number here changes to 0, which says that it will start at the beginning. And just go to slideshow. For example, see that Ayush is wearing a red shirt. Okay. So similar way, we need to adjust the trigger options for this animation of, for example, and Ayush is wearing as well. So to do that, either you can select both of this by clicking Control and clicking on that, and click this arrow on the right hand side and change to start with previous. You will notice that from here all now are numbered as 0, which tells us that it will start automatically. And when you now display the output, example, you can see that Ayush the audio, the first text and the second text appears all together. Red is an... We need to adjust so that the second sentence is coming when the narration actually goes to Ayush is wearing a red shirt. So we need to know when actually we need to bring the text Ayush is wearing a red shirt. To do that, you can play this audio and listen, for example, and note Ayush the seconds. So it's around 3 seconds. It is saying that Ayush is wearing a red shirt. So we need to click on this Ayush is wearing a red shirt animation, and you can find under animation tab here the timing. We need to work on the timing and change this to delay to 3 seconds. Right? And now if we slideshow it,
For example, Ayush
it is Ayush is wearing a red
red
shirt is
shirt.
coming 3
In this
seconds
sentence,
after the
red
first text,
is an
which syncs to
adjective
the audio.
as it describes.
All right. Then what we need to do is the underline, right? There's an underline here. So this needs to underline to wipe from left when the narration comes to the point in this sentence red. So again, we need to keep in mind when to put it. First, we need to add an effect, the wipe effect from left. So select the underline, the line there, and click on wipe and change it to from left. And again, we need to change this timing or the trigger options to start with previous. And we need to change the delay time to the time that we want this to appear. So we listen the audio.
For example, Ayush is wearing a red shirt. In this sentence, red.
So it is 10 seconds. So click on the animation of the line, and for the delay we need to change it to 10. Okay, so now you put it on
For
slideshow.
example, Ayush is wearing a red shirt. In this sentence, red is an adjective as it describes the noun.
So now the animation syncs with the animation, right? So is there. And one more thing is we need to add animation to this boy here as well. And it says boy should fly in from bottom with the beginning of narration. So we need to add an entrance effect, and from here we need to find a animation, like for example, let's say fly in, and the option should be fly in, and the effect option should be from bottom, right? From bottom. And we need to change this to start with previous. And you can notice what happened is that since we have applied the entrance effect to boy at the last, it is the animation is also in the last of this cue here. And when you select start with previous, what will happen is that this will start with the previous, whatever which is above this. So it is at the moment it will come when the underline is appearing on the screen. You can see by putting it in slideshow.
For example, Ayush is wearing a red shirt. In this sentence, red is an adjective.
So at the moment the boy is coming with this red line there because it is under that line, and we have set it to start with previous. So we need to move this boy's animation so that it starts with the sentence Ayush is wearing a red shirt. So that is how we move and arrange the animations using the animation pane. Right? When we now,
for example, Ayush is wearing
So
a
now
red
the boy is
shirt.
coming with the sentence.
In this sentence, red is an adjective.
All right. So that is how we play with the arrangement and organize it and sync with the audio and using the animation pane. So whenever you want some things or some animations to happen, you need to play with the delay time, you need to play with the triggering options, and you need to arrange the animation so that it is according to what we want. Right, so the narration continues, and we need to include one of the effect which is called shake effect to boy clip art. When the narration tells what kind of shirt is it, here it is red. When the narration comes to that point, there should be a shake effect to the boy clip art. So again, we need to know exactly what is this, when this animation should happen. So maybe watch the audio, hear
For
the audio.
example, Ayush is wearing a red shirt. In this sentence, red is an adjective as it describes the noun shirt by telling what kind of shirt is it. Here it is red.
So it is around 21 seconds that it says here it is red. So we need to add an animation to this. So as I have mentioned earlier, there are three different types of animations we can set. That is the entrance effect, the exit effect, and the emphasis effect. So emphasis effects are the effects that we put it on the objects that are currently on the screen. So it already we have an entrance effect applied to the boy, and we need to include additional animation effect to this boy, which is an emphasis effect to shake the boy. So when you go directly and select under animation from an emphasis effect, like to it here, then you will notice that the previous animation has changed. Previously there was an entrance effect, but now the entrance effect has been changed to an emphasis effect. You notice that already it is there.
Ayush is wearing a red
and when you
shirt.
give a click, it is happening.
In
So
this
that is not what we want. We want to keep our previous animation, and we need to include additional animation to the boy. So let us put Ctrl Z so that it goes back to what we want. So always, if you want to include an additional effect to an object that already have an effect applied previously, you need to go to add animation here. Add animation. Okay, rather than going from animation and selecting an animation, if you want to add an additional animation, then always you need to go to animations and select the add animation button there. Okay, then you select, for example, Twitter effect here. Okay, now you can find near boy there is two numbers there that says there are two animations in there. One represents the last animation that we have included, that is the Twitter effect or the shaking effect, and we need to change this similar to other one, like start with previous, and we need to change this to 21 so that it is happening at that time of audio. Right now when we put it on slideshow,
for example, Ayush is wearing a red shirt. In this sentence, red is an adjective as it describes the noun shirt by telling what kind of shirt is it. Here it is red.
so now everything is all synced to the audio, and the last point on the script say all the text and boy clip art slides out from the screen. So once all this there, then all the objects and the text should disappear from the screen before moving to the next screen. So again, you will notice that already we have included several animations to the text and the boy here. Then if you want to add an additional effect to this, always we need to have to go to add animation, right? So let us select all together because we want everything, we're going to include everything to go out from the screen. Then we select everything, okay, the text, the boy, all together from here, and the connector as well, right? You can just click and drag over everything, also that will also do. Then we go to add animation, and this time, since we are going to allow all these to disappear from the screen, we need to have an exit effect. Okay, so maybe it says all the text and body slides out, so maybe we can use some wiping or fly out also. So there's, so add animation, fly out. And if you want, I think I have selected the background as well, so I will just remove the background from the selection, and I will go to add animation and I'll select the fly out. Okay. Fly out, and you can see all the fly out has been included. And what we need to do is just click on this, and this time we select start after previous, because we are selecting after previous because we want it to happen when all these the previous animations are completed. After that only we want everything to go out from the screen. So now if you view it, you can see this.
For example, Ayush is wearing a red shirt. In this sentence, red is an adjective as it describes the noun shirt by telling what kind of shirt is it. Here it is red.
All right, so and you can see here it is all one by one it is going out. So if you want it to happen so that everything comes together, then you need to change these things. So first exit effect should be there, and other things you need to change this to start with previous so that all comes together. Okay, so because we are setting start with previous because these things will start, this one will start with the previous one, which is this one, and this one will start with the previous of this one. That's how it is working. Now if you check,
For
all
example,
will come together.
Ayush is wearing a red shirt. In this sentence, red is an adjective as it describes the noun shirt by telling what kind of shirt is it. Here it is red.
It's going out. So that is how we arrange and work with the animations and syncing it with the audio narrations. And sometimes you may find that this is appearing on the screen. If you want to display, or if you want to hide it from the from the screen, then you ensure that it is being ticked here from the playback hide during show. Then this will not be displayed on the screen. So now let us save our video. All other slides has been already formatted or arranged according to the requirements. So to do that, we go to File, and again, depending on the versions, this may be different. So in my case, I'm going to save and send, and here you can find create video. In some latest versions you can find create or export here, and you can find export as video always. So when you are saving it as video, there will be three options available, which is the computer and HD displays, internet and DVD, and portable devices. So if you want to give it on CDs and allow students to watch at their homes, then this one will be the best because it's HD quality. And if you want to allow them to watch or stream through an online platform, then internet options will be do. But if you want, for example, to share it through portable devices like USB drives, then it's always this one. So since we are going to publish it through online platforms, we'll select the second option, and others keep it save and click on this create video and save your video with the name to a location that you want and save. So this may take several times to export the video, and it will be displayed here the time. So once it is being exported, this bar will be full. So now the video has been exported, and you can see that this is how it will look like. You can play it and check from any media player.
An adjective is Ayush is wearing a red shirt. In this sentence, red is an adjective as it describes the noun shirt by telling what kind of shirt is it. Here it is red. Another example.
All right, so I hope that you have learned or you have known how to play with these animations and arranging and organizing with the timing options and using these three different types of animations and saving the video, the presentation as a video. So please complete this and bring your video to the next session. Okay, so I will say bye for now, and inshallah we'll meet during the class. See you all.